Hi everyone, I'm Elisa, and in this video I will share with you the top 5 things I wish I knew about social media earlier on, both as a consumer but more specifically as a content creator, that I believe would have made my experience with it more productive and less painful at times. The first thing that I wish I truly understood about social media earlier on is that the content that will drive the most attention and gain traction is the content that speaks to the majority of people. Humor is a good example. So my tip for you is, figure out what type of content you want to create, for who, and what are your expectations. Popularity helps you monetize your expertise and passion, and it is not always a byproduct of working hard. Oftentimes, it is the most casual content that gets the most exposure, because entertainment appeals to our emotions, and media, it's all about people's interests. What keeps them watching, liking, sharing? If you do not create content with the purpose of it going viral, if you have a very specific niche, work committedly and your devotion will pay off. Take for example the content creators that address intellectuals. They should have either realistic expectations in terms of their reach, or find a way to turn sophisticated concepts into simple ones that appeal to the mainstream for a higher reach. Remember, if your grandma can't understand it, you should probably rephrase it. The second thing that I wish I knew about social media is when to build a wall and when to show up vulnerable. How professional is too professional and how informal is too informal. I think it is a very thin line for most professionals who start a YouTube channel, and congratulations to those who have hit the sweet spot of showing up natural, professional, and relatable at the same time. Deep inside, everyone wants to show up spontaneity, but not everyone has the same experience with camera. Some of us may be self-conscious or slow to release the pressure and relax. So my tip to you is to define your personal brand and think strategically. What do you use social media for? Is it to sell something? Is it to build trust? Share your life and inspire? Because although vloggers can educate, being a vlogger on YouTube is not the same as being a professional who had started a YouTube channel to promote his work and services. You can both get followers and make money online, but the way you show up will be different. Some will focus more on entertainment, some on education, some will reveal more of themselves, some will keep their personal lives private. But regardless, YouTube is a scanner and a sucker for authenticity. And I think that when we miss embodying that is when we lose in the social world. Most people want to be authentic, but it takes practice to do so, especially online. When you want to sell something, you must build trust, credibility, authority, showcase your expertise, but at the same time create a human connection, because people buy from those whom they like and trust the most. So try finding a balance. As always, that is the key. The third thing that I wish I would have fully acknowledged about social media is that the perfection that a lot of us display on it, it's a thoughtfully crafted mask. And we are all the same. We all conceal things on social media. Once you go past the illusion that there is such a thing as a perfect life, perfect human, perfect couple, perfect career, and so on, social media becomes less intrusive and more interesting to observe. It is refreshing to see through everyone's veil and be there with them on their journey, without feeling overwhelmed by how they show up online, but rather compassionate and supportive of how most of us strive to show up at our best, because it's not always easy. Now, a side note about perfection. The pursuit of perfection is damaging, because perfection doesn't let people in, doesn't allow people to see their broken selves in you, to feel they can relate to you. You can inspire them, but in order to believe you and follow you, people need to see that even where there is brokenness, there is a place for greatness. And the only way to show them that is by showing them you, a very candid glimpse into a rather imperfect but honest version of yourself. So my tip to you is, instead of crafting something perfectly, ask yourself, what can I reveal today to connect with my tribe on a deep, emotional, human level? Remember, everybody has an offline life, and their online presence is a filtered version of the original. They decide what they want to show, how they want to show it, and what they want you to believe. Sometimes they are not even the ones deciding, they have people deciding for them. For example, the PR and media agencies. At the end of the day, you can look at everyone's endeavors in the online world, including yours, with compassion and curiosity. Why do they show up this way? What do they hope to achieve? What are they deeply longing for? What is the best thing that I can learn from them? How can I support them on their journey? The fourth thing that I wish I would have acknowledged about social media earlier on is that it is getting faster and faster, and it is a race that I shouldn't bother to win. For a person like me who likes to eat slowly, read slowly, live in the moment, process things thoroughly, keeping up with what is required in order to create a powerful online presence nowadays feels overwhelming. I often feel that creating a rich online presence by always posting live content steals from the present moment, which is the only one you have, and basically your real life. So my tip for you is to set your priorities straight. If internet or social media will disappear one day with everything that you posted online, what would you be left with? Would that be enough for you to look back smiling with a full heart? I hope so. The fifth thing that I wish I would have acknowledged about social media is that offline friendships are one of the greatest currencies in the online world. Regardless of what you decide to do or create, having your friends as your biggest fans makes it easier for you to succeed, merge the two worlds, and helps you feel more authentic and at peace with your mission. When you are not supported by those whose opinions matter to you, be them friends, family, relatives, there is a split occurring inside of you. And I hope that you will never have to explain yourself, prove yourself, hide yourself, downsize yourself, just to fit in with the ones you love. Because that hurts and can really slow you down. So my tip to you is, whenever possible, take your family, friends, relatives, the dearest people to you, with you on this journey. Count on them to support you, share your work, be the first ones to buy your products or services, endorse them, and shout out loud about how amazing you are. That would require indeed for you to be open and skillful enough to share your mission with them and make them feel part of it. But it's all worth it. And if you can't do that, make sure to find people that you resonate with and share your gifts with them. As Dr. Wayne Dyer said, don't die with the music still in you. We have certainly come to an end, but there is one more thing that I want to mention as a bonus, because 2020 has shown us all a different face of social media. I wish I knew that big social media outlets will be heading in a censoring direction with speedlight. It certainly feels like a huge dichotomy between what has been and what it has become, and it is something to be mindful of when using social media. It's useful to be aware of how these platforms manipulate information and shape your beliefs. I am Elisa, and I hope that this video will positively influence the way you use social media and the way you allow it to impact you. If you resonated with my message, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the notification button to hear more from me. Until next time, keep rising.